This is how you prepare for interviews.
Hello everyone! Today it's a little bit of a special video because we are joined by Emily and Loki from Breath of Wild Air. And Emily and Loki have been traveling in Europe for the past year and a half, doing some really cool agility competitions. And Emily is actually from Australia originally, but came over for this traveling.
I wanted to sort of introduce how we kind of met first, because ours is a bit of an interesting story, I guess. So before I left, when I was very first starting to plan this trip, and I was researching whether you could live in a van with your dog and what that was all about, this online news article popped up about this girl who had spent £500 or something to do her van, and she was traveling Europe with her dog, and said all about it, and the van was quite small, and I was like, yeah, if she can do it, I can do it. She looks really cool. So anyway, started stalking Marina on Instagram and stuff, as you do. And then, I don't know, I think I must have messaged you a couple of times or something. Then then Marina asked me to do like a blog interview with some questions and answers.
Which you can find down below, by the way.
God, I love her so much. Like fangirling out of it. Anyway, we kept kind of meaning to meet up. You were in Slovenia, and then I was, but it was not the right timing. And I finally came across the UK and I was like, we are making this happen now.
Shall we get started?
Yes.
Okay, so we've wrote some questions, and like 10 each.
Yep.
And then we ask you also on Instagram to ask us some questions, so it's a bit of a mix. Does Loki pick?
Get it?
Oh!
I got like 3. You are a good boy.
Thanks. Oh, and Odie is in the van just next to us. We didn't abandon him or anything, but
it's just a bit cozy otherwise. Okay, is this one? Did he drop another one somewhere?
No, I think that's it.
Did you get them all? Okay, alright. Okay, so here we go. So this one's from Instagram. Okay. What sparked your idea to travel?
This, guys, is the question that we didn't want to answer.
We were looking through them all and we're like, I've answered this one on my blog and a couple of interviews and stuff that I've done. I did an interview with Marina on her blog that was so why did you decide to travel? So, I think this one comes up a lot. So it's there it is again. I mean, it's a good question. Yeah, it's just long and it's very personal, so it's hard to answer very quickly. Here's what we need to do. Yeah. We need to do a 1-sentence answer to this, okay? That's the challenge. I've got mine. Okay. Because I've done this question so many times. Okay. Found out my husband was cheating on me, loved agility and mountains. Here I am.
How can I top that up? Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't satisfied with my job and always wanted to travel, so I quit everything to travel. Easy. Not as cool as you, but it's fine. That's my story, so can't make it up.
Okay, Lex, you want to pick another one? Get
I'm gonna have them all.
No. What have we lost?
Okay, alright. Okay.
I don't know if he's the best at this.
He is the best. What do you mean?
I hope you leave that in.
Okay, yes.
Are we going
he's like, I'm only gonna get in my mouth like a whale. How do you support yourself?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, okay. So this is a really common question for people living in a van. It's financials.
Which is normal. You get it.
People want to do it. Yeah. It makes sense. It's just always talking about money is awkward, isn't it?
And it's personal again. It's very personal. It differs to everything.
So for me, I'm really lucky that I sold my house back in Australia, and we actually made a bit of money off of that. So that's been the main thing, and a lot of that money was invested in my family's business. So I get some dividends and stuff from that, and also a bit of involvement in my family's company back home. I get money from. So. That's pretty much it at the moment, and I do a bit of online agility classes, sort of a bit informally, but a little bit of side money from that, telling people how to train their dogs and stuff.
Sounds great.
Yes. And you? Should I move over?
Right now I make most of my money through the jewelry that I sell, and occasionally, the last few months YouTube has been going okay, so I've been making a little bit of money out of that, and I'm gonna make a video on that, how much are you expected to earn on YouTube and blah blah, because a lot of people are interested in that, and that's pretty much it. Yep.
Cool.
Would you consider going back to your native country?
Well, I'm going back to visit.
Is that Dot. End of the question.
Well, I mean, that sort of answers the question. Doesn't
Yeah,
it? So,
yeah.
I mean, to live, no. I don't want to go back to live in Australia. But I'll go visit.
Same. For now. Never say never. But yeah, for now, I'm not planning to go back to Italy.
Yep. Visa issues aside, no. Done. Okay. Next. Kind of related.
Okay.
Don't you miss your home and your family?
I hope nobody of my family is watching, but
fam.
no, sorry. I love seeing them when I go back, but I'm not like, oh my god, I'm missing them so much, I have to go
Yeah.
back and visit. I just enjoy the time that I'm there,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm good far too.
I'm sort of the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh yeah, it'd be nice to see mum and dad and my brother and stuff. Yeah, it's not like, oh, I wish I was with my
Yeah.
mom, you know, like, I don't know, I think that's part of just journeying around. Like,
Yeah.
On my own, doing my
Yeah.
thing.
We obviously love them. It's not that we
Yeah.
don't love them, it's just, yeah. Yes.
Does that make us horrible people?
I always feel horrible when I say that. I always do. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that
Loki.
understand. Yeah.
Loki. Good boy. Okay, your turn.
We still have a lot of questions we have to go past.
Well, we're going pretty fast, I think.
Yeah?
Well, I don't know.
It doesn't say there, but I think it's at least 10 minutes. It's okay. Okay, this was an Instagram question. How easy is it to find overnight parking? Are some countries either easier than others?
Oh, I was going to try and answer that as a yes-no question, but I realised that there was two parts. How easy is it to find depends on the country. So yes, it does depend on the country, because like Slovenia and Croatia is fairly illegal and risky to wild camp, and Austria, as I found out, that is the only place I've gotten a fine during my van life trip. But like Sweden, you can just go to some forest and sleep wherever you want, some lake, blah blah blah. I use an app a lot, but I think you learn a country
Yeah,
and like how to find
Yeah.
the best places.
yeah. I think as well, pretty much the same, that you can, if you really want to, you can wild camp anywhere. You just have to be more careful in some areas than others. So it's always best to check the rules beforehand, maybe check forums of camper, vanners, vandwellers, however you want to call them. But yeah, I think as for easier countries and harder countries, I think Scotland so far has been amazing. So it seems like the northern you go, the easier it is to wild camp. And as well, you have to think the more populated an area is, the harder it is to wild camp is normal, because everything is built up and
And I
everything
don't want
is
people just sleeping
exactly.
places.
So the more remote the area, then the easier it is really to wild camp, which makes sense.
And I think it could depend as well on your van. Like we
Oh,
both
yeah,
have
totally,
pretty
yes.
stealth vans. Like I just slept in England the other night on a street where there were a whole bunch of cars, and I would have just looked like I was visiting somebody that lived there. Like I didn't look like a big camper van. Even once all my
Yeah.
windows are black and stuff, it doesn't look like there's
No, it
anyone
doesn't
inside.
look
And I
like
left really early in the morning, so it's not like anyone
Yeah.
would have come at me like, "Hey, German number plates, what are you doing here?" So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. This is like one where you have to use your imagination.
Okay.
You ready? Imagine that it's 9 p.m.
Yeah.
You've had a long, exhausting day of driving.
Yeah.
You know those days where you just have to get somewhere. What's your go-to meal?
I'm embarrassed, but probably noodles. Because they're easy and they don't take much time and they're cheap.
Loki.
And that's so bad for you, but yeah, probably noodles. What about you?
Cereal.
Oh yeah, cereals. I was just telling Emily that at night, sometimes I wake up and I can't sleep. And last night I woke up at 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, and I ate the last portion of cereals that I had, and this morning I was like, damn it! I didn't have breakfast.
Loki.
So this is an Instagram question.
Cool.
Should I quit my job that I hate and find something that fulfills my soul?
No. Okay, next. If you could have a superpower...
Sorry.
Ooh, most frightening van life moment.
Oh, when there was a guy in Germany, I'll try to make this short, but basically it was very dark. I was going back to my van, but I had to go to the toilet first. I went to the toilet and I saw this guy who was like kickboxing, like air punching things,
Okay.
and I was by myself in the parking. And the van was like in the other side of the parking, and I was like, God, I'm gonna go to the toilet, and then when I open, it's gonna be there in front of me. Like I had that kind of vibe. So I went to the toilet, and then I opened the door very fast so that if he was there, I could have hit him. And he wasn't there, so I was like, okay, he's fine. Maybe it's just in my head. But then when I was going back to the van, I saw him, like he was walking towards me, and there were no other cars apart from mine in the parking. So he was I don't know.
Scary.
Maybe it wasn't for me. Maybe it was just in my head, but he was coming that way in the dark.
As a woman, that's a thing.
Yes. So I just like sprinted to the van, got in, and got out there. And I wanted to sleep there, so I was like, "Where am I gonna sleep now?" That was the perfect spot. But yeah,
I hate that.
How about you?
Okay, so I have two, but mine aren't like I actually have a couple of moments, not similar, but like when there's been somebody around. But I think these two are more like about the van, not the people kind of thing. So one was coming down this hill out of a national park in Sweden. So it was like end of November, and I didn't realize, but the road was like iced over, and I'm going down at like 10 k's an hour, like already really slow. And then like it went around a corner, and I'm like putting on the brakes to try and it just kept going, like sliding straight. I'm like, sorry if I'm allowed to swear on your channel. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm like crap, I need to get some traction. And I had the winter tires on and everything. And I kind of managed to just get it over into like the gravelly bit on the side so that it had a bit of grip. And then the whole rest of the hill, I'm literally going down at like 4 k's an hour.
Whoa.
Just, and like right on the edge. So one tire was on the ice and the other was on just like the gravel.
That's so scary.
I mean, if I'd gone off the edge of this road, we would have been going so slow anyway. But it was just like, oh my God, I don't have any traction.
Yeah.
And the other moment, so in my van, I have one of the roofs that pop up, and you're meant to, like, you pull these 2 straps closed to keep it closed. And one morning, I think, it was in Germany, I'd been somewhere and I put the roof down, but I was like, but maybe I'll stay a little while and put it back up so I won't close the straps because they're a bit annoying sometimes. And then I ended up leaving and forgetting that I'd done this. And I got on the Autobahn, which is go as fast as you want kind of speed, as you know. And I think I hit about 130 and I hear, vroom, and the roof has like opened up on the Autobahn. There's a truck behind me, so I like put on the brakes, but I can't slam on the brakes or this truck's going to crash into me. Yeah. And I like hit the hazard lights and just like got into like the emergency lane. Oh my, and you know, there's like that moment where your heart's like, and your hand's like, oh shit, you know, so. Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to get a van with this.
Well, now I just make sure that every time I put it down, even if I think I'm going to stay and put it back up, I do it up anyway, just in case.
Do you foresee yourself traveling indefinitely? That's an Instagram question.
I mean, look, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But, like, I don't know if you could really. And I don't know, like, I feel like with what I want to do now, I want to publish some books that I've written in and, you know, try and work on photography as a thing, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like some things I want to do just now, I kind of need to settle down a bit more for. So, that's me.
I think most people, they outgrow out of living in a van after a little while. Some people are happy forever and that's fine. But yeah, you reach a point where you want something different or something more, a challenge maybe. And so, yeah, I don't think I'll be, you know, 80 and still living in my van, at least not full time.
Yeah, because I think when you start, it is like the thrill of the challenge and learning everything new. And then when you've done it for a while, it, you know, for me, I'm sort of looking at settling in a house not too far into the future. And that to me is now a kind of a scary prospect.
Yes.
Like it's a change.
Yes.
It's a challenge to learn a new language in Slovenia and stuff. And so that's my next challenge. And then maybe after a little while, I come back out and do another trip or something.
I hope you're not asleep. Are you asleep there?
No, I think we're highly entertaining. They can't be asleep.
What's the thing that annoys you most in the van?
Ooh, the thing that...
I know what's yours.
What's mine?
What did you tell me yesterday?
Oh, the hull! Oh, yeah, okay.
Or it could be anything else.
No, you're right. The hull is very annoying. So, in my van here, so I have got, like, over on the side, I've got my little sink with my tap, and then I've got this little gap, and then I've got the couch or bed. And so, of course, you know, I prepare a lot of food over here on the sink, and all the time, stuff falls in this gap, and the gap is so narrow that I can't fit my wrist in to, like, get it. So I've, like, dropped my phone down there a bunch of times. I had to use a spatula to, like, push it down to this hole here, and I've dropped food down there, and you can't fit a vacuum cleaner, like, even on those really narrow nozzles, you can't fit it down there. So my friend has actually suggested that I get some brush with, like, a brush bit at the end, and, like, but anyway, I haven't done it. So I wish that there had just been a
yeah, it's a very awkward spot. It
just loves eating.
Go everything.
Every time, like, I see something rolling, I'm like, no! And then it's
gone.
too late.
It's gone forever.
It's gone.
Forever.
There's money down there. There's like cutlery. It's just a disaster.
It's like, well, you don't have it here, but in the van it's the same thing because I have stuff under my seat. So if something gets under there, it's like bye
Gone.
forever.
Yep.
Yes.
See ya. Thanks for that.
My most annoying thing, which is, I can't blame anyone because I've built the van, so it's only my fault.
No one to blame but myself.
Yes. But the sliding doors of the kitchen, although I love them because they don't take any space, I didn't put anything to make them slide easily. And also things get trapped all the time between the doors. So sometimes I'm like trying to push like the door back and it doesn't work because there's something stuck. But I'm so stubborn that I'm like, no, if I push a little bit harder, it's gonna work. And it's like, no, you just have to open it again, put the things back, and then it just drives me mad all the time. Yes. One thing you wish you had more space in the van for. An item, I mean.
Oh, can I say my wood stove?
Yeah, that's an item. Yeah,
Wood
sure.
stove.
A wood stove.
I think. Yeah, I think a wood stove. I would
Yeah.
love a wood stove in winter right now. They look so cozy. But it would make stealthing a lot less easy.
Yeah. We were talking about it yesterday about having a chimney that's like removable, so
detach
you just
your
have to screw it in and then screw it out so that people can't see it's a chimney.
Yeah, because at the moment I have like a heater, but you have to like go to a camping place so you can plug in the van. But if you had a little wood stove, you could just collect some wood from the forest and like burn it and you'd be cozy.
Yeah. They look nice and it smells nice as well.
Yeah.
And for me, it would be just more space for instruments, really.
Yeah, so you wouldn't mind more
That's it.
space for a guitar.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Best favorite place you've ever been so far?
For a country, Slovenia, and then just any like mountainy, rivery places in Slovenia. Socha River, walking around there is beautiful.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of the valleys and stuff. Rata Valley is really nice, with Triglav and all the mountains.
Oh yeah, that was lovely there. Wish I spent more time there. Yeah, the same. Like anywhere with a lake and trees, then it won me over. But I'll say the Lac Saint Croix in France is at the south. It was summer, so it was warm, and the water was crystal clear, and it was just perfect. But I think it was the moment, not necessarily the place, that made it
It's
so
sometimes
special.
like that.
Yeah.
Like I think when I wrote that, I was also thinking of Sweden this year in summer. 10 meters from the Baltic Sea, roof open, door, windows, everything open, breeze coming in. It was like 26 degrees there, so it was really just pleasant. Loki was just off lead, hanging out in the forest. We were all by ourselves, forest everywhere, reading a book, and it was just like,
Perfect.
this is perfect, you know. And it wasn't some spectacular scenery. It was just so simple and peaceful and perfect, and you know, just sitting there going, this is great. Aliens, real or not?
Of course they're real, yes.
Okay. I think so. It seems like too big of a galaxy for there not to be something else. Like we're the only you know, people around.
But like if I think about it, I go a little bit mental. Like
Okay, moving on.
just stop my head. Stop it now. Have you ever got stopped by police?
Stopped by? No.
Yes.
Ooh, you rebel, you.
Well, do you want to know why?
Yeah, go for it.
This is the most ridiculous thing ever, but I got stopped by police multiple times. But the first time? No, actually, the second time, I got stopped by police quite a lot. I looked dodgy, I looked suspicious. But the funniest time, it was because I was driving too slow. And they were like, "Ma'am, are you alright?" And I was like, "Yep, I'm good." I think they wanted to check that I wasn't drunk. Because just in case I was driving very slowly because maybe I was...
yeah,
but I
couldn't-
wasn't. That's just how I drive. I drive slow.
You do drive a bit. I was following
Thanks.
her before. And
I did drive
I had
slow.
this truck behind me and I'm like, sorry mate, I'm just following her.
Sorry. But I honestly would like to
safe.
put... Yeah, I mean, not too slow. Not like dangerously
You're
slow.
going like
Just
20 k's an hour.
20 km an hour. That's very slow. But I usually go like 10... Let's say 40 miles per hour. For me, it's good.
Yeah.
Especially in forest roads, while the limit here is 50. So I am going quite slow. Yes, I admit it. But I mean, there's deers everywhere. There's deer jumping, and I don't
totally
want
get the deer
them
thing.
to die. I don't want to break the van. So, but I would like to have, like, you know, an LED like something made of fairy lights on the back of the van that I can put, like, I can switch on when people are on the back, like, thank you, or like, sorry I drive slow, or like, have a good day, and have like, I will make that one day. It will be my project.
Love it.
But yeah, we finished the questions.
We're done.
So thank you so much for being in our first video with people, which didn't feel too weird. So maybe we'll do more of this. And yes, if you want to check out Emily's amazing blog, honestly, if you check her blog, you're gonna get sucked in. She's like so good at writing and telling stories. But yeah, you can find that on the description box. I'll leave her Instagram and her. Do you have Facebook?
Yes.
Yes, I'll leave that below as well. And Loki came to say goodbye as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you the next one. Bye. Bye. Are you gonna say goodbye? Goodbye. Bye.
I could almost make him.
Bye. Oh, he's such a good dog.
He's a good dog.
Such a good dog. We did it.